First, Paul, you are an Obama supporter.
Yes, absolutely. Like everybody else, we wanted change. We didn't think it was be this kind of change, but he kept his promise. We got change.
All right, but where are you now? I heard you want to call Fresno County an Obama country, or?
The Latino Water Coalition wants to gather 50,000 to 100,000 signatures to change the name of Fresno County, the nation's top farm county, to Nobama County, county, not country, presumably to embarrass the president and force him to come to California and increase Delta water exports, despite a federal court ruling to the contrary.
We want to name it. We would like to name it after someone who's responsible for this.
The president is not responsible for a natural drought or the fact that the Westlands growers are at the end of the federal water bucket line, Paul. You might try blaming God.
Look, we have sent a letter signed by every mayor in this whole area to President Obama, telling him that we've tried to go through the chain of command. We saw the Secretary of Interior. We saw his assistant. We went to Sacramento. We went over there to Washington, D.C. We've gone everywhere. Everybody's paying us lip service. At the end of the day, our trees can't wait. Our trees are going to wait for a law that may be passed. It might open. We have 2 gates, 1 gate, no gates. At the end of the day, nobody's bringing us water.
Congressman, I mean, how is this possible? I mean, this isn't an endangered. This is Go ahead.
It's unbelievable, Sean. We tried on the House floor this summer about 5 or 6 different times, and we only got a handful of Democrat votes every time. We tried to pass something.
Nunes conveniently omits saying what he really tried to do was to get the Venerable Endangered Species Act suspended for a few hundred growers in the Western Valley, even at the risk of causing ecological collapse in the Delta.
And look, Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She's from California. We have over 10% unemployment in California. We're sitting in trees with trees that are only 8 years old right now, that are now sitting here dead, dried out.
Again, we never heard from the farmer whose orchard died. Did he already have financial problems from the collapse of almond prices due to surplus? We now have 650,000 acres of almonds in the San Joaquin Valley. The price has gone from $4 a pound to $1 to $2 a pound. How many acres of almonds do we need?
There's 500,000 acres of farmland. It's bigger than the size of Rhode Island that's now dry because of these fools.
Where does Nunes get this figure? I've seen no official reports that 500,000 acres of farmland on the west side have been idled. Even Westlands officials do not claim their entire district has been dried up. And by the way, Devin, that's politically smart of you to call congressional Democrats fools when they are in the majority. Perhaps that's why you have never got a significant water bill through Congress in the last decade, even when the Republicans were in control. You'll never get anything done while Nancy Pelosi is Speaker. Shrill radio talk show host Ray Appleton has called her the Antichrist. That is sure to garner her cooperation.
You know, I got it. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
The loser here is the American people.
Not really. There has been no noticeable change in food prices because of the curtailment in production of 15% of the farmland in the surplus-glutted San Joaquin Valley. But prices, notably milk and almond prices, have dropped due to surplus.
Because when we live in the most fertile valley on this planet, everything you put on the ground here grows. Yet you're going to eventually, by next spring, you're going to get your vegetables from China. And I understand they make great baby milk formula.
Nice scare tactic, Paul. The fact is, significant amounts of foreign food has been imported into the United States for many years, often grown by American agribusinesses operating offshore. According to the Center for Science in the Public Interest, the average American now eats about 260 pounds of foreign food a year, 13% of the average person's diet. Food imports regulated by the FDA increased from 4 million shipments in 2000 to 10 million shipments in 2006. Some 79% of the American fish and shellfish consumption comes from foreign sources. Some 32% of the fruits and nuts consumed in America now comes from overseas, and 13% of vegetables. Shouldn't we all be dead by now from this tainted foreign food, often grown by Americans? Huh, Paul?
So,
And Sean, let me add something on this. This is, in China, in India, and Brazil, they're building water infrastructure projects.
The Three Gorges project in China is the most destructive hydroelectric project in human history, forcing the relocation of 100 million people. It was built for power production, not water storage.
In California, not only we're not building projects here.
Not true. As environmentalists know, numerous storage projects, including dams and groundwater storage, have been built in the last 2 decades.
We're taking the projects we have, and they're shut off. Yeah. They're shut off, and they're starving this valley of water.
No, Devin, cutbacks in Delta exports are not starving this valley of water, because the east side gets its water from several rivers originating in the Sierra Nevada mountains, south of the Delta.
We'd like to have the same consideration they have for the plants that they're building in Iraq. For crying out loud, they're getting a desalinization, they're getting a water projects. Here in this valley, look, we have no other recourse, but we want to thank you a lot, Sean, because nobody else has pointed their eye on this problem. To us, there's a lot of the problems. We understand that the president has serious problems, you know, with health care and all these other things, but to us, this is our livelihood. We don't know anything.
All you got to do is turn the pumps on.
Hey, Devin, the pumps were turned back on July 1st, pursuant to the federal court order. Aren't you keeping up?
Well, listen, I want everybody, I don't know if anybody can hear me out there, guys, but I want to say this to the crowd. You know what? The people in this area need jobs. They need their farms. They need the water for their farms. And the federal government, where is Barack Obama? Where is Nancy Pelosi? Where is Harry Reid? Turn the water on.
The water has been turned on, Sean. Do a little homework.
And let the people in Central California eat. I can't believe I'm even debating this, to be honest, Paul.
It's ridiculous. You know, I have not lost faith yet. Maybe I'm a knucklehead. We have sent the letter. We're still hoping that Mr. Obama will see this busy schedule to come down here and visit this. We believe that if seeing is believing, if he sees the faces on these people, look, we're not just white or brown. We're everybody here. This is a microcosm of America here. We're farmers.
Right, let me ask you a last question.
To your table.
Are you going to run for office?
Who, me? Only thing I'm going to run is from the cops.
This was funny. Paul, I laughed. You're a funny guy.
I'm not running from office. No, this area needs someone with an education. I'm not smart enough to be that. I just want water to my mom's farm, and I'm back to telling jokes.
And I'm working on him. I'm trying to get him to run, Sean. We're going to work on him.
Well,
you should run, Sean. You're the man.
No. Listen, I mean this sincerely. I think this is really important. And I hope the president is watching, or somebody will bring this to his attention, and somebody has got to turn the water back on.
Again, Sean, had you done a minimal amount of fact-checking, you would have discovered the pumps were turned back on July 1st.
We've got to save these farmers.
These farmers are the most heavily subsidized growers in America, receiving more subsidy money for crops and subsidized water and power than any other growers in America. You're a big supporter of the Heritage Foundation, Sean. Read what they have to say about farm subsidies.
We've got to save these farms. We've got to do it for the people out there.
Either that or put us under the endangered species list.
Well.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guys, I hope the water gets turned on soon. Thank you all. Unbelievable. Whatever happened to the government working for people?
The government, Sean, has done more to help the 600 Westland growers than any other farmers in America. More than 300,000 acres of their land suffers major selenium problems and is salting up, and there have been suggestions it be taken out of production for 25 years, since drainage from the Westlands destroyed the Kesterson National Wildlife Refuge in the early 1980s. The current price tag for a drainage system for the 600 Westlands growers is $2 billion. You didn't mention a word of this on your show, Sean.
Folks, it's this is an amazing time in our country's history.
This statement comes from a master of disinformation. AstroTurfing has run wild.
And I just can't believe we find ourselves, you know, even having to debate some of these things.
Do some homework, Sean. Talk to the thousands of commercial salmon fishermen who are out of work. Talk to Delta farmers who've seen their water supplies degraded by salty and selenium-tainted agricultural waste from irrigation districts north of Westlands in the western San Joaquin Valley.
But we're going to stay on that story.